Merci, merci.
See you soon. See you soon.
See you soon.
Comoros.
Comoros.
Please come and visit us.
If you're visiting Comoros, Iconi should be one of your stops for sure. Ça c'est grand ça. Photo. We learn here in Comoros we say hima when you get a hitchhiker more or less on the road and help the person. So we are doing hima here. The lack of fuel is not normal. It's just because of the war in Iran. But you can see this is very much original from the original Medina, the Swahili town, that's something that you have actually in Zanzibar. And welcome to Iconi, one of the oldest towns here in Grand Comoros, and one of the nicest places we've seen here in Comoros since we arrived. Maybe that's why the immigration was so thorough with us. Like, what are you doing here during Ramadan? This is the very nice Naya Lodge. Actually pretty good. One of the nicest places we've seen here in Comoros since we arrived. We are here to try to go to the Prophet Hole, where apparently Prophet Muhammad was here.
I'm gonna guess Prophet's Landing is maybe a better translation.
True.
Yeah, I know.
True, it's like a hole. Anyway, let's see. Okay, we found a gringa there wearing bikinis. Sorry, we call every foreigner gringo. Like, I hope you guys are fine with that.
Normal in Brazil, it's not negative, I promise, guys.
It's not negative, it's just like a foreigner.
Everyone calls me the gringo there, it's not a problem.
The lodge, the hotel, is closed because of Ramadan. Maybe that's why the immigration was so thorough with us. Like, what are you doing here during Ramadan? And one thing about the immigration, we paid $50 at immigration. And a Canadian guy that went yesterday paid $30. The guy in front of us was from Poland, paid $50. So, and you see if you research, it says like between $30 and $50.
So I think they just wake up and decide what they feel
Like, what the heck? How you decide one guy $30, the other one $50, and you think, okay, the $50 they are stealing the $20? No, it's like in our stamp, like in the sticker actually, the sticker they put in your passport, it says like paid $50. Yeah. So I don't understand how they decide who pays $30, who pays $50, but that's it. So the lounge was closed and now we are walking to the Trou de Prophète.
I will say, if you are looking for beachy stuff, more of a beach resort, that looks like the nicest.
Super cool, yeah.
And then we saw a foreigner with a bikini on the beach. I don't think that's common anywhere else.
Yeah, it's so isolated, so maybe it's you can be more relaxed.
Around, I think it's probably fine.
And if you wanna dive, there's like a diving school here, a diving center. So definitely the northern part of the island is much nicer. And we were saying like how thorough they were during the immigration, because to be honest, I mentioned like they got 20 coup d'etats and tentative of coup d'etats, some of them performed by foreign mercenaries. So you see us, people like us, coming here during Ramadan, they say like, what the heck, who are those people, what they're doing here? So that's why they ask so many questions, because they are used to foreigners messing around here, politically speaking.
I mean, Rodrigo looks really sketchy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, if you knew my past. But
although it does seem like they're not always difficult, because the Canadian guy we met,
oh, super easy, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it just be prepared for anything.
Yeah, be very prepared. With all the information, your flight to leave.
Print out your flight, print out your accommodation.
For sure, yeah. So this is the whole of the Prophet. And it's not exactly Prophet Muhammad that has been here. It was the Sultan of Oman. And some French guys saw written Prophet. And then he started spreading that the Prophet was here.
And the story stuck, apparently.
Yeah. So how do we know that? Because Mr. Mickey over there helped us with the story. He told us everything. And actually, if you're visiting the hole here, you can come to his place. They have diving, they have food, they have
essential oils.
Essential oils with vanilla.
Vanilla.
Worth a visit here. And very beautiful baby. Look at how cool the carpet made of the bottle caps. Very nice. So let's go for the next stop. And they also have some little boats to have fun. And you obviously can imagine this is much prettier when there's water here. And you see we're following the road over there. That was the restaurant we went from Mr. Mickey. Worth a visit, absolutely. In case you want to dive here, that's the number. Wow, super pretty, this lodge here. Very nice, very brand new. Nice swimming pool, love to swim there. And the flag here with the crescent moon, because it's Muslim. And the 4 stars, I believe, because it's the 4 islands of Comoros. They consider mayotte, geographically, is part of Comoros, but then politically part of France. This is a little paradise indeed. Look at this tree, how beautiful. Oui, oui, la piscine, c'était très, très joli. Peut-être il faut qu'on retourne quand il y a de... C'est pas Ramadan, on peut rester ici. With all the problems, people are so nice here. So the RN1, which is the main road, like the ring road around the island, became this now, like dirt road. So I don't know why, and if it keeps going like that all the way to north, we might cut short our exploration.
Because we were thinking we'd do a big loop around, but I think we'll probably come back the same way we
That
came.
would take forever to keep driving here, full of holes and everything. So much trash. And travaux d'aménagement de la décharge contrôlée de la région Mitsubishi-Umbri. So the same way I mentioned, like China is investing here, all the big players try to invest in the island. China doing a lot more, but for instance here was from the European Union and was to, I guess, develop this landfill, which is, yeah. So close by here there's also a solar farm just there, which is good because the country really struggling with energy cuts, with electricity supply. I don't know who supports that, but it's good. At least it's something and sustainable, right? Because how they gonna import gas, coal or anything else to produce through thermoelectric? So solar is one of their best bets and it's sustainable. And here they have a micro central thermoelectric power plant. So I guess producing through coal and gas, which should be super expensive here. And as you saw in the thumbnail, it's full of abandoned cars here. Everywhere on the island, they just abandon the cars like that. So the road is back, kind of, to be honest. Maybe the dirt road was a little bit better than this road here, because there's a lot of potholes. Things don't improve. Maybe the Salt Lake is gonna be our last stop, and then we start going back.
Well, we have 4 kilometers to go, so let's...
Yeah. With this speed, we're gonna take forever to go back.
Too risky if we get stuck in the
So what are you gonna miss, Nicole?
a rock formation called the Dragon Spine, which I'm sure we will add a photo, right?
Yes.
Here.
We're gonna add a photo of the Dragon Spine, which is, as Nikki said, a tourist attraction, but...
Well, in quotes, tourist attraction.
It's not the main attraction.
It looks nice.
When you search Comoros, but as you can see, it's not that great
Yeah.
too.
Probably don't drive there yourself.
Doing a little bit of off-roading here. Okay, we are giving up on the Salt Lake. Like, it's just like all the time like that. It's gonna take forever to get there. It's still 3 kilometers and it's taking forever, and we have to return everything after. So
We don't have it in us.
we don't have it in us. We're gonna put a picture for you all. Take a look. If you're coming here, that's what you have to go through. And now back to Moroni, but first we're gonna pass Moroni and go to the
Iconi.
Iconi. That's gonna be cool. For sure we're gonna get there. And as always, random cars abandoned in the middle of the road. UAE 8, so it's like USA ID that doesn't exist anymore, thanks Trump. But it's like, especially most majority Muslim countries, we saw a big embassy of the Saudi Arabia as well. They give aid to poor countries, Muslim poor countries as well. And obviously that quid pro quo, right? I give you aid and you support me at the United Nations, this kind of stuff. And I gain geopolitical influence, it's kind of normal. Okay, now we are trying this internal road here to see if we can get still to the Salt Lake through a different road, and we saw the sign, it was built by the Chinese. So in that way, in this example here, thank you so much China for investing in such a poor country. I know you're gonna get some benefits in exchange, but if it wasn't for China, who's gonna do that? It's good for the country. Let's see if we get somewhere with this road here. So we have some views going up here. Hopefully the road is not going to be that bad. And we got some hitchhikers here. We don't call hitchhikers like people. It's normal for them to hitchhike and walking around. So it's good to have company. They're very nice. They're very kind. So we learn here in Comoros, we say hima. When you get a hitchhiker, more or less on the road and help the person. So we are doing hima here. So we are back to Mitsamuli, where we saw the beach and the signs to get to the Trou de Prophète. Because it's Ramadan, there's not much food here because everything closed. We're gonna try to go to Moroni now to eat. But I don't think it was a great idea to get to that higher road over there, to be honest. But we got some good company, right?
Yeah, we made friends. We learned.
Thank goodness we are not hiking today, right? Whoa. Comoros! If the Europeans don't do their job, or the Americans, the Chinese will do. We came to this fancy hotel here because they have a nice beach. And look at those turtles, massive turtles. They're really big. That's fun. It's perfect because you can have this nice view here. People are swimming there and they're building, I think this is a Chinese hotel they're building here, right by the side of this hotel. But it's beautiful. Very weird, this abandoned SUV. It's like a good SUV abandoned. Sometimes it's from, I don't know, United Nations and some NGO. They just leave it there. I guess from time to time the workers have a break and go swim. That's fun. We are almost here back to Moroni, and they have this kind of even like outdoor workout place, like a jungle gym with a little beach. So it's kind of a city beach.
Although the workout place looks pretty abandoned. Here this says mayotte is Comorian and it will stay that way? Okay, I can't see the whole sign.
Yeah, so you see people are not happy with Mayotte being part of France.
And traffic forever. And this is one of the only tour companies on the islands.
So we are stuck in traffic here by the main port of Moroni, and I guess that's the main mosque here. We're gonna try to come back here walking because I think it's much easier than to drive or park anywhere because it's
You can see
always
how
bad.
slow those cars are moving.
Yeah. Here it's the European Square, Place de l'Europe, and we tried to fill up the gas yesterday over there and it didn't work. And this is the UN compound here in Comoros. Like, it's super fortified. I guess the UN has a lot of work here to do. They also have the stadium here. Not bad at all. We got into a weird place here. Maybe a little bit too risky, but I don't want to get stuck in traffic again.
Rodrigo don't want to get stuck in traffic.
And welcome to Iconi, one of the oldest towns here in Gran Comoros. Gran Comoros is the main island of Comoros, where the capital is. And it was the ancient capital here. Before Moroni, Iconi was the ancient capital. The Sultan of Bambao, you can research a little bit more, he used to live here. So there was the ancient mosque here, which is, to be honest, abandoned right now. And the palace, where we're gonna visit the ruins of the palace of the Sultan, we're gonna visit soon. So it's a kind of nice little town, actually, to visit. This is a volcano. You can explore, you can hike up, actually, the volcano.
We do not know where the trail is, but it is possible to go.
So since we hike up the big volcano yesterday, we don't need it. Although it gives you a very nice view of the little center of Iconi. And you have the kids swimming that water, which, oh gosh, I don't believe it's that good of a water, but that's okay. So this was a very important city, like the capital, from the 15th, 16th century until the 19th century, until the capital moved to Moroni. Let's enter the palace. There's so few tourists here that there's not even like a gate or anything to pay because no one comes here. It's a pity. It's pretty cool to visit the ruins of the ancient palace.
With the ocean in the background.
Yeah, right? Very nice. Oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, Linda. There are mama cat and 3 kitties. They were all here. I'm sorry, gatitos. Oh, they're hiding there. Oh, she's angry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, give them some time.
Yeah. Actually, we feel here much nicer than Moroni. There's way less people, way less traffic. Oh, mama cat, I need to go there. How we go now? I think she's gonna attack us. Sorry. No, the kitties are hiding like that. We don't want to cause any trouble. Wow. Pretty cool, actually. If you're visiting Comoros, Iconi should be one of your stops, for sure.
Very close to Moroni.
Very close to Moroni. Like, we have the whole traffic because of the lack of fuel and everything. But otherwise, it's like by car, 10, 15 minutes. Oh my God, look at that. Terrible. All the garbage.
It's a beautiful place, but that's the reality
Yeah.
as well.
And the Swahili Arabic architecture here. We liked Iconi. Definitely should be one of your main stops here. Volcano and Iconi. Okay, that's depressing. It's kind of like there is some architecture here, like looks really cool actually. But it's all old, beat up, because its heydays was during the 14th, 15th century up to the 19th century. And after that, it's all abandoned. And that's because it used to be a major Swahili trading hub starting on the 14th century. So there's a lot of ancient stuff here. Not obviously the lights over there, but even, I don't know if you can get too much into the old Medina, but you can see some of the architecture there. We are walking here in the ancient Medina, which is like an ancient town. Bonjour. And you can see there are some arches here, some things. These are like ancient stuff. It's not like...
This is hundreds of years old.
Yeah. Salut, bonjour, comment ça va? So you can see here the architecture. Hello, bonjour, comment ça va? Salam alaikum. Sommes des touristes de Brazil. Seulement pour regarder. But you see here, this is definitely ancient from the Medina.
This is original.
This looks like very much original. Here as well, maybe there's it's in French. We didn't understand exactly what is that, so if you're from France, you can tell us. But I think maybe it was an old school or something, but it collapsed the roof. But you can see this is very much original from the original Medina, the Swahili town, that's something that you have actually in Zanzibar. So cool that we're here and people are super nice, super welcoming. Pardon, madame. Okay, there's more here of the ancient Medina in the old town, and all the kids stop to talk to us. But this is super old architecture. So fun to be in a place like that, so much history. And in Zanzibar, it's packed with tourists, and here, no one.
This is new.
Oh, pardon. So Nick is gonna be our translator here.
In this open air space, like meeting space, that was like created during the Sultanate of Bambao, which is like from Oman, Arabs.
The one we mentioned before.
During the, I can't read Roman numerals, 17th to the 18th century.
Yeah.
It was here to like spread the religious knowledge and traditional
Yeah, essentially a cultural.
and religious meeting space from the 17th century.
Absolutely love when we are visiting some very interesting historical places, touristic places, but there are no tourists whatsoever. And whatsoever at this moment, and probably in the past had almost no tourists at all. I love that. And apparently there was a massacre here in 1978 when 11 of their compatriots got killed here.
Were massacred by the Putschish.
Hard to understand.
Militia, it's hard to read.
And right there you have the French embassy here. You can see the flag behind there and a lot of security. Can you imagine it should be like a compound. Et voila, the French flag and the European Union flag. And like as a previous old colonizer, it should be like super strong. There is a tourist office here, but looks very much closed. And remember, the fuel is not just for the cars, right? It's for the boats as well. So really affects fishery here. And fishes are the main source of food here in Comoros. So no fuel, no fishing, can get ugly here in terms of food. This is my nightmare. I guess this is part of the Comoros Navy. Ancient mosque here, really by the side of the port. So yeah, it stands out. This is all Moroni for you, like the little center. So according to the sign over there, this mosque here, the one I just showed out over there, was started being built in the 12th century. The original mosque obviously was made bigger and bigger as time goes by, but it's one of the oldest buildings here in Comoros. And this is kind of a little center, like a little square here, which is a little bit slow. There's almost no one here right now. So from the Grand Mosque, we go to the Medina, which is down there. And according to the sign, it started on the 14th century and reflects the Arabic Swahili architecture here and the Arabic Swahili history here, which is very similar to Zanzibar and the coast of Tanzania. Let's see how much you can get here today. And not many people around here, not much stuff. Some new buildings, some more beat up here. I don't know, let's explore. I hope it's not dangerous. Here, for example, classic example of Arabic Swahili doors, very famous in Zanzibar. So we are here walking around the Medina and we met someone, Akim. He's an orthopedic doctor and he speaks Portuguese. So perfect, good friend. He studied in Cuba and he met a lot of people who speak Portuguese from Angola, from Mozambique. And then so he could speak in Spanish, he could practice his Portuguese and we could have easily a conversation here. Super friendly. Akim, thank you so much. Muito obrigado.
Welcome. You will always be welcome in our country.
Oh, see, people are super friendly here. Enchanté, monsieur. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
See you soon. See you soon.
See you soon.
Comoros.
Comoros.
Please come and visit us.
And they needed your money. They need your resources. That's true. They need tourists. It's a beautiful place. The volcano is amazing. You saw it. The more the merrier. Don't go to Europe. Like people don't want tourists there anymore. Come to Comoros.
Come to Comoros.
Another classical door here. One more Swahili, Arabic Swahili door here with the Al-Quran script over there. So as you saw, that Medina over there reminds a little bit of the Zanzibar Medina, but no tourists whatsoever. And we saw the old Grand Mosque. That's the new Grand Mosque here, much newer than that one and much bigger as well. And finally, this is the fish market where the fisherman goes, stop right over there, bring the fish. And as you can see, I think those are tunas. People buy it here and then take to their shops. Tuna! Ça c'est grand ça? Photo pour moi? Ah ouais. Très lourd celui-là, c'est très grand. So I think we conclude after. Because that was it. There's not much to show here in Moroni. Moroni is definitely not one of the main attractions here in Comoros.
But one of the few places you can find a hotel.
Yeah, if you're in a hotel to sleep, unless you're gonna stay on the resorts to the north as you saw this morning, this is gonna be the place to stay, to sleep, and all the expats they live around here. But we're gonna have a conclusion later on. Right now it's getting dark. I know it's safe here, but let's not push our luck, right? Unfortunately, again, way too much garbage here. Everywhere. Here you can see, for example, the European Union and the French Republic investing in educational projects here. For a poor country, that means a lot. the same way that the Chinese invest in infrastructure, the Chinese are really focused on infrastructure. And in general, Western countries tend to invest a lot in education. It's interesting to see this difference. What's more important, what the country considers more important, at least short, mid, long term. I'm talking to you from Dar es Salaam airport in Tanzania because I learned a few things after I recorded the conclusion in Comoros. One, the lack of fuel is not normal. It's just because of the war in Iran. Usually they have enough fuel in Comoros. If you go visit, you wouldn't have all the problems we had. It's just because of the war. Second, we met someone there who flew between the three islands with Royal Air. Royal Air is the domestic airline from Comoros, the main airline. To buy the tickets, they're not that expensive, like $90, $80, and you buy at their office in Moroni. You might not be able to buy before online. Maybe you can try to call and buy the tickets. Otherwise, you go to Moroni and buy the tickets over there. So we know this person, he visited the other islands. There are some things to see in the other islands, giant turtles, giant bats and everything, but we wanted to focus on Gran Comoro, the main island, and Moroni, the capital, and the surroundings. So those are two important informations that I told you, and now let's go to the conclusion. Here you have almost all airlines that fly to Comoros. Ethiopian Airlines, Precision Air, that we have a flight review about it. Royal Air, it's like the domestic airline that flies to the other islands. Plus Kenya Airways, flies from Nairobi. And finally, Air Tanzania, which was here this morning. So that's it, not that many airlines. And this is it. We are finishing our trip here in Comoros. This is the new terminal. We arrived at that very old terminal over there.
It did have Wi-Fi though.
Did have Wi-Fi when you arrived, which is good. But a little bit complicated country, let's say. We are, to be honest, people are super friendly, super nice, but we are glad we are leaving because this fuel shortage is starting to get very ugly. You saw some people fighting on the line today.
Yeah.
Today, most of the gas stations, they don't have gasoline at all. You see the lines, but the gas stations are empty, like they're stopped. And you saw like 7 different gas stations with lines and nothing else is happening. So we are glad we are leaving, to be honest. So this video was about what it's like to travel around Comoros, but also to help you a little bit if you want to visit Comoros. So if there's something, any questions you have about Comoros that we didn't answer, I don't know, immigration, car rental, what things to visit and everything that maybe we didn't mention in the video, let us know. Let us know in the comments area and we're always going to get back to you. And if you haven't done yet, please like and subscribe. It's still a small channel, so every like and every subscribe really helps the channel grow. That's it. Safe travels. Until the next time.